welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to try and apply textures. In the previous video, we have been able to unwrap the building and we have saved it in the images folder of the project, and we're now going to apply textures. Now, I've downloaded some textures from Adobe Stock. As a student, you should have access to Adobe Stock using your student account. So yeah, you can find a lot of textures. I'll show you some of the textures I've been able to download. So these are the textures I'm going to use for my project. So I'm going to select all of these textures and I'm going to move them to the source images folder of the Maya project. And I'm going to paste all of the textures that I've downloaded that will be part of the work itself. So just to make things easy, I'm going to label them so I can easily identify them. I'll do that quickly. Right, so I discovered now that I don't have any textures for doors and windows. So I'm going to go back to Adobe Stock and search for doors and windows, and then we can continue. I need to make sure I paste my new downloads in the source images folder. Is very important. So this is just for the tutorial. You can obviously use any textures of your choice. All right. So now with this done, I'm going to go into my images folder, and this is the UV that was exported originally. So I'll right click and I will say open with Photoshop. So this is the texture that we exported from Maya. So I'm going to create a new layer because you can see already that we can't see through the textures because it's a white background. So I'm going to create a new layer for a black background. I'm going to drag it down and I'll change the color to black so I can see the UVs. And I'm going to select my paint bucket tool and just paste it there. Okay, so if we zoom in, you can tell that these are the UVs we exported from Maya. The first texture I'm going to add here would be the roof, and I'm just going to go with roof JPEG, and I'm going to drag this right in to Photoshop, and I'm going to scale it down so that it matches the UV that I have here already. So I'll scale it down, get the width, get the height sorted, and then I want to hold down shift and pull it so that it matches the width. So that is the roof. Okay, if I'm happy with that, duplicate that, Control J, and I'm going to drag it down to the second roof. And you can see why I rotated this UV shell in Maya, because I wanted the roof to face the same direction. So that is already good. Like I said, the bottom part of the building we're not going to see. So what other texture can we add? I'm going to come here. So I'm going to assume that this is the back side of the building. All right, I'm going to scale it down like this. Scale it down some more to match that shape. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can really see it very well. So looks like it's matching it already. So I'm going to hold and shift and pull this for the height. Okay, looks like it's fine. All right, now I want to add a door or a window there. So I'm going to look for the texture for the door. Maybe I can use this door and I can also drag the window. I'll just pull both of them in like that, scale them. And for the door, I'm going to scale it down also like that. All right. So maybe I can put the door somewhere there. And for the window, I can scale it down some more. and maybe place it somewhere there. It looks like it's too big, so I'm going to paste it there. All right, so that's basically a good start. I think for the window, I might want to put a little shadow on there. I'm just going to say drop shadow just to make it stand out a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And I'll take this texture color here. Okay, you can see now it makes it stand out. I might try the same thing for the door. Let's see. Drop shadow. Yeah, not bad. All right. Okay, so obviously this is looking good. And I'm going to look for another texture for the other side of the building. And let's see what texture we can choose. Maybe something like this could work. Yeah. Once again, I'm going to scale it down, place it here. I'll zoom in so I can see it very well and make sure I scale it properly and position it in the right place. And I can just scale the top a little bit. All right. And I'll just make a copy of this window here, Control J. I'm going to move it to this side and maybe have the window somewhere there. Okay, for this part of the house, I'm just going to add one more texture. Okay, so it looks like we have something we can work with. And I'm going to zoom out. So far, so good. So I'm going to click on the layer, the UV layer. I'm going to disable it. And I'll save this as a Photoshop file in the source images folder, because every texture you're going to use must be in your source images folder. That's the right place to save it. I'll save it as a Photoshop file because I could always come back and update it. So I'll save and I'll say OK. And then we're going to go back into Maya and see if we can quickly add those textures. So how do we apply those textures? With this building selected, I'm going to right click and I will say assign new material. I will choose the standard surface. I'll call it building because I like giving names to all of my assets. Now, instead of choosing a color under the base option, I'm going to click on the checker box here and I'm going to go to File. And then here in the image name, I'm going to click on this folder icon. And I think I want to go with the building. Now click on it. You might not see it until you hit the number 6. And then there you have it. You have the textures showing up just the way we arranged it in Photoshop. And for the ground, I'm just simply going to assign the material, standard surface. I'll call this ground. Same process. I'm just going to go click on this color checker box there, file, and I'll look for the ground texture, grass, maybe this one. All right, so there you have it. Okay, so that is basically how you can create this very old abandoned building. I hope you can arrive at this same outcome in your work. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. In the next video, I will show you how we can do a camera turnaround and also apply a basic light, and then we call it a wrap. See you in the next video. Bye for now.